everyone, my name is Josh and this is WHIMS School and Interesting Musings, and today I've got a very special reading for you. I'm going to be reading a ghost story that I've written called Mr Threadbare. Now, my inspiration for this particular short story was I was thinking about the kinds of things that would really kind of frighten me in regards to a ghost story. Like if I saw a ghost, or if I were to envision a ghost in a film or a story that I would write, I would kind of want to go for the sorts of ghosts or the sorts of apparitions that look very freaky, or they look very disturbing looking, but at the same time there's an element to them that feels kind of tragic or really sad or very melancholy, or kind of very at least alluring enough for you to want to know what it is or what it looks like. So Mr Threadbare basically is a ghost who visits our main narrator during the middle of the night, and this person basically has gone through a bit of a rut in their lives, and they're having to undergo a very extreme change in themselves, whether it's, moving on from high school, moving on from a relationship, moving on to a new stage in their lives. They basically are stuck in this sort of limbo where they don't know quite what to do with themselves. So Mr Threadbare pays them a visit, and this is called Mr Threadbare, and I hope you enjoy. I hope you're having a very good day, and if you like this video, give it a bit of a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of these videos like this, please be sure to subscribe for more videos. Mr Threadbare. Have you heard the story of Mr Threadbare? His hands are made of cotton. He doesn't have any hair, his eyes are made of buttons, and his fingers are never really there. Midnight. Curtains are my light keepers as I lean across the gleam of my lighted lamp to read. I hear the whooshing as the blurred shards of headlights screeched along with its beams darting through the netted drapery. I turn my head to the lantern glow of the drawn curtains, where the jet engine of a bike drills past my window like a siren. Jesus Christ, I hiss through gritted teeth, at once frustrated at the interruption to the story which held me like the arms of a lover, yet angry at myself for being so easily startled by its sound. I find myself drifting over my tasks of removing the quilting on my bed, my fingers prickling with the dull heated sensation of pins and needles. My fingers get flushed like this so quickly when my hands are busy. I'm surprised I haven't fallen myself just yet. I look over to the mirrored eyes of my TV screen, taking up the mantel on a chest of drawers. The image reflected back was a faded sheen of ink, almost as if the brush of an 18th century artist had tried to mimic the dusk's charm of peaceful melancholy. I could imagine that my coat could almost be standing there on the hook, holding itself seamlessly against the faded green wallpaper surrounding the room in a haze of muted colour. The light of the lamp would seem pointless with the gloom. I blinked. Then I blinked. Am I going mad, or did I just hear a strange noise, as a rustling sound could be heard, like chalk dust dragging itself along the charcoal of a blackboard, or a razor along a marbled wall? I was frozen. My eyes were ringing as the lighted warmth of my bedside lamp flickered. My face caught fire through my cheeks and carried through to my chest. My heart thudded like a steam hammer in its steel cage of blood and bones. My hearing was faint, but my ears were caught in a fusion of further heat. Like any moment, they could burst into flames, like one's breath were the fuse, and all it needed was to touch my red-blooded skin. I see in the reflection of the ink-blackened glass of the screen the shroud of a shoulder leading tassels of fine leather down to its feet. Its colouring was a drab grey, its previously refined appearance outspoken by the faded surroundings of late evening. My God, it could almost be a flicker of thought on my part, but something in my eyes told me I saw movement. As cold as a dried stone hand unveiled through the cotton of the coat, which I know shouldn't look over there. Back at me. Like a stranger, but my thoughts are wandering. Perhaps I just need to rest. Order should restore itself by sunrise. I saw the shroud of ink move as if brought to life by switch. Twitching like a man who is driven to fright at the sound of thunder or a nameless shadow, I switch on the light as I get into bed. A whitish fog, having illuminated as a hue of light over my bedside table, is my only sanctuary as I sleep. As my eyes adjust to the dark, I feel the shrouds as shapes of a bedroom, as the shape of the bed of my bedroom fades into the afterlight of nothing. The yoke of my swivel chair, the stoic expression of a mouth drawn in a dark straight line, merely the edges of my table giving a glow owing up by the moonlight. Then the shroud I once mistook for arms seemed to be billowing violently like a child caught in a frenzy of rage. I know your name. I know your name. Your teapot-shaped head is well-rounded. A redness flashes into being through my tear-stained and slanted view. I see yours, childhood's ambition reduced to deep wells of tar-brushed ink, where once a golden gem once stood in for time. It doesn't seem like much to remember the day when you left. You look fresh-faced in a white sleeveless shirt and your head filled to bursting with dreams of the future, if I could recall. You have it in your hand, a book of memories. Nursery art class, our fingers coloured, yellow as the sunlight bursting through my skin. You on a school trip, a dog makes smiles with a wagging tail, and you are all too keen to touch it. I feel your breath on me when I see your portrait, a finely chiselled jaw with short wiry lines of maturity around your chin. I loved you then. Now you're asking me to remember these portions. You have no mouth, but I know what you're saying. The years haven't been kind to you, and yet the same could be said for most. I want to go back with you, but I know the journey will be tough. I want to be there again, to dance where the shoreline meets the sea, where fingernails touched like foam, and again it is you and me. Despair with the taste of cotton candy on my tongue. Come close to me. No, leave me alone. I'm not ready to return to the weeds. Let me be. Please, Mr. Threadbare. Leave me alone now, please. Haven't I given you enough? Leave me alone. I think. I'm standing thinking, eyes widened. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I say under my breath, quietly, no more than a whisper. Leave me alone. And as I repeat these words, they grow louder and louder and louder, as if I'm speaking them to the room. Leave me alone, I cry out into the darkness. The hollow ringed shape of his eyes grew wider into the gloom, until the rings around those perfect circles grew a substance greater than that of chalk, water, wet as wax. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. The sound grew louder in my head until I could hear it being called back to me in my own voice. The feel of cotton against my face. And then you say it. Remember me as I return with you back to the weeds. So that was Mr. Threadbare, and I hope you like this video, and be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and I hope you subscribe for more if you're interested in more videos. That's all for now. I hope you're all having a very good day, and take care. Bye-bye for now. This has been Joshua WHIMS Industry Musings. Take care. Have a good day.